Hi Internet, it's me, Graham, and welcome to Gaming for the Weekend. You might know me from previous episodes, like, hi, it's me, I've not made a YouTube video in months. Or my second favorite episode, hi, it's me, I've bought all the Funko Pops, someone please stop me. But today I'm back and I'm here to talk about these guys. Yes, I'm a grown man, it's bought way too many toys, leave me alone. These are the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles based off of the 1990s classic movie. I'm going to unbox them, talk about them. These are ones that I bought from China. So are they fake? I don't know. They look pretty real and pretty authentic, so we'll find out. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to open them. Let's go. All right, Cookie Monster, it's time to get the hell out of Dodge. So I bought these from China, as I said. They were from AliExpress. They were about $85, including slightly faster and better shipping. I don't think I can get these in Australia at the moment, and if I can, they're going to cost me at least double the price, probably triple, maybe even more. So hopefully they look okay, but if you look at the box, it seems to be pretty good. If you look at the back, like, there's a lot of like stuff on here in terms of like marks and company stuff, and it might be fake, but got serial numbers and stuff. It looks pretty legitimate, like, except for the fact that I'm doing a terrible job with this box. Looks good. So box looks great. Like, it's a really cool box. But let's open it up. So oh, these look great. These look, not my hands. Obviously not my hands. So I'll show you these properly. I'll reset my camera in a second, but these are packed really well. You can already see they look really cool. They've got all their accessories and stuff. I'm gonna see if I can open this. It's taped closed. Now the box came wrapped in bubble wrap. It came wrapped in bubble wrap in another box. So it was pretty well packed. Oh yeah. This summer, 4 turtles. 1 man. Should not have so many toys. Okay, Raphael was always my favorite, so Raphael is going to be the one that we take out first. That did not break Raphael. Wow. Oh, Michelangelo's got a skateboard. That's so cool. How do I take Raph out without breaking him? Oh, there's something holding them in place. Okay, so I'll put this here so you can see. How sick is that? These look awesome. They're tied in the back with ties. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this stuff out. You've seen how it's packed. It looks great. What's pretty cool is how firmly these are packed. The head is wedged in the top of each cutout, and there are actually holes, which I think you can probably see in the video, for the hands and feet, and they're stuck through the plastic, which is great for shipping because I'm sure it holds them firmly in place and it means they don't shake around and break, but it makes it really hard to take these out of the plastic shell, and I'm needing to be really careful to make sure that I don't accidentally snap one of the hands or feet off as I get it out of this this plastic shell, and try not to scrape them as well. Now that all the turtles are liberated from their plastic half shell, I'm taking out all the bits and pieces, the hands, the weapons, etc., which are taped down and under plastic on top, molded into this plastic shell. They're pretty firmly stuck in there in some cases, so I'm using this makeshift hook to try and pull them out, and hoping that I don't snap any off as I go. Okay, time to show you the turtles. So I will go through these one by one, starting with Michelangelo, and I'll tell you what I like and what I think could be better. And I think it's worth bearing in mind that these guys cost $70 and that they are probably, I imagine, factory seconds, which means that they were manufactured in the same place as the authentic Mika toys that you would be buying in a shop for $300, but they didn't pass all the quality standards and therefore they get sold for cheaper from a less reputable place. So I'll go through these and you can see for yourself what I mean. So we'll start off with Michelangelo. Hey, Mikey. So Michelangelo looks awesome. You can see here, everything looks great. He looks really proportional. His nunchucks look cool. His pizza looks cool. And he looks cool. With him, everything is really pretty awesome. I don't have too much to say. I'm going to show you articulation on Raphael last, so there's no need for me to show you articulation on him, but Michelangelo looks really cool. Next up, we have Donatello. Donatello, I think, has been to the gym one too many times recently. He's been working on his left arm. Well, maybe he's been going to the gym. Maybe he's just been alone a lot by himself. You can see his shell also looks a little bit different to, I don't know why I'm tapping this on the back. His shell looks a bit different to Michelangelo. You can see Michelangelo's shell is a bit higher. It's a bit straighter. His is a little bit down, a little bit skew, and his shoulder pops out a little bit. So he's 100% not perfect. He could be a little bit better. He stands perfectly though, and everything else on him is great. His staff looks cool. Everything looks perfect, except for the fact that his left shoulder looks like he's been beast moding it in the gym. But other than that, he looks pretty good and looks like Donatello should. And then we have the leader of the group, which is always in contention, Leonardo. So Leonardo looks, again, like all the rest of them, really cool. He's got no imperfections. He looks really, really good. I'm going to try and keep this in focus. His swords look really cool. I probably shouldn't say no imperfections because on the top of his head, you can probably see there's a little bit of shiny patches. That I think is glue that's on his head. Yeah, you can see it there. It's really minor. And also, when I was putting these swords in the scabbards, I think it was this one. It was really hard to get in versus this one, which is quite easy to get in. I'll take this out and show you what that looks like. It's really cool and really sharp. I stabbed myself in the finger with this one when I was trying to put it in, and I drew blood, so be careful with that. But yeah, Donatello. Leonardo looks really cool in general. The swords are cool. The fact that the scabbards work is great. All in all, a really cool figure, aside from stabbing myself in the... And last but not least, we have my favorite of the Ninja Turtles, Raphael. There we go, in focus, Raphael. So let me show you Raph. Raph looks great. The angry one of the group. His side daggers look awesome. All in all, like the rest of these guys, Raph looks fantastic. I'm not sure why Raph has always been my favorite, but he was my favorite. And I remember having similar toys to this, but not as cool when I was a young kid. To get these is really cool. You can see his shell looks a bit almost more like Donatello's than Leonardo or Michelangelo. But it's good and he's pretty straight. His shoulders are aligned. So yeah, Raph looks awesome. Okay, now let's talk articulation. So these guys, to move, first they're pretty stiff. They loosen up a little bit. Like now you can see he can shake, he can whip his head back and forth. But at first, when you start trying to move them, they're pretty stiff. So I was worried about breaking them. Don't worry too much if you get these, just persevere. So I will show you some range of motion. So you'll notice that over here on the joints, they can pivot and turn. And also there is this hinge here that moves in and out. So you can know be careful when you move these. Look where the hinge is and move them with the hinge, otherwise you might snap them. But they have a pretty big range of motion, so Raph can pretty much do the splits. So I could show you if I wanted to. Maybe I could take Leonardo and Michelangelo, and he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it on their shoulders, which is it's pretty cool. But they have pretty good range of motion. So you'll see obviously the hips work. If I move these in, the knees work. They're a little bit stiff sometimes again, like I'll move this one. The knees work. The feet move in and out a little bit. So you can do certain poses with the feet. Obviously, if you want them to stand, they need to be flat. But other than that, if you want to do kicks or something, or you have them on a stand, the arms as well, they have the same joint. So they have the hinge over there, and they also can pivot like this. So you can do a whole bunch of cool stuff with them. You'll also see that you get other hands. So you get like thumbs up hands, and you get hands that are straight. And you get pointing hands. You can do a hand of God with these guys, which would be pretty cool. But the articulation is great, and you can pose them in pretty much any way that you want. You could even tip up their legs like this, put them on their back, and have them do some kind of breakdancing spins if you really wanted. But the articulation is pretty good. And so far for me, it's been really easy to make them stand. It hasn't been difficult. I'll see if I can make them stand on my hand. Right now, my hand is of course not balanced. That's going to be impossible, but we shall try and make him stand. And there you go, articulation. So overall, I'm really, really happy with these figures. They take me right back to being a 10-year-old, loving the Ninja Turtles. I do wish I had a Master Splinter. That's the only thing that I think is missing. I wasn't too crazy about the villains, Bebop, Rocksteady, Shredder, etc. But I do wish I had a Master Splinter. But they look great. Again, if I was buying proper, legitimate NECA ones in a store that cost me $300, I don't know if I would have pulled the trigger. For $70 from AliExpress, these are great. They are better than what I expected for what I paid. They work great. Aside from Donatello's shoulder and stabbing myself in the finger with the sword, they're really good. They have really good quality. The articulation works really well, and I can't wait to set them up. There's some cool poses on the shelf behind me with all the pops. So that's what I think. If you like the Turtles and you like the idea of these figures, I highly recommend the ones that I bought. I think they're great. And that is me done. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like, subscribe, bell thing, all of these things. Like Michelangelo would smash some pizza. I can think of no better way to end this video than with a cowabunga. I'll see you soon.